Not a long ago, I believed the currency that I hold has an equivalent value or it's pegged against gold. As I started learning a little bit about crypto, it was such an enlightenment that what I hold is what is the true value of it as of today and what will that be in the future. So it's important to understand as we try to understand the crypto in our previous session and as we are trying to understand a little more in the coming episodes, it's important to understand what is the value of exchange in its true sense. And that's the reason we are taking a step back and diluting a little bit today to understand what is the value of your money, right? For that, you have to wear an economist hat and understand what is the value mode of exchange is. And let's deep dive a little more in this aspect and try to learn what exactly is mode of value exchange. Right. So let's go back a little bit and try to understand from probably barter to blockchain. Um, our ancestor very long back in the days when they wanted to um, share something they have in abundance and they want to get something they want, they got into barter system, goods to goods exchange. And over a period of time, they realized if they want to store what they produced in excess, or they need something they don't have as of today to exchange, they need something in between to store that value, right? And that's one of the reasons they kind of moved into rare earth material, um, and the shiny one. Gold, silver were the major ones that helped them to store the value. Probably not because it has value, but people believed it has value, right? There are probably other rare earth material as well, which is scared in nature, but we don't really believe um, it has a value, right? Yeah. So people believed um, gold has a value. They consider it as a mode of exchange. But let's say I want to buy a banana. It's really difficult. How do you slice and dice the gold to transfer the value? And that's when we moved into the next age of coinage. Standardized coin probably started with gold and silver coin. Then over a period of time, um, we assigned value to those, irrespective of whether that has a true value or not. And we are using different materials over a period of time. And from coin, it's the resources required to produce is relatively high. It has inconvenience and a lot of problems with it. Then we moved to paper money which was backed by uh, gold and silver back in the days. And that's what I believed so far. Probably even you are. It's backed by gold as of today. And in 1931 in the US and around 1966 in India, government said, no, I'm not going to peg my value against gold. Means I don't print money as much as gold I have. So government moved to fiat currency, right? Fiat currency is just the government promise. Government can print as much money they want. They can issue as much money they want. um, they don't really have to keep an equivalent value of gold. And probably that's one of the reasons your currency is not, it doesn't have purchasing power as much as it had probably 5 or 10 years back, right? It's diminishing over a period of time because government is one of the key reasons is government is printing more money. Some of you may ask, why can't government print more and more money? If they do it, your economy will become an economy like a Zimbabwe, where you have 350 500% inflation. You will have to literally weigh in your cash instead of counting to buy something, right? You probably might have seen some of those videos. And people don't like inflation. They don't vote for government. That's one of the reasons probably government don't print a lot of money, but they have absolutely power to print as much as they want. As as again, you in order to print money, you need resources. In order to move this between people, you need, again, it's a lot of inconvenience, right? It's not really easy to do. And that's when we move to digital banking, just an electronic record. Again, is one of the other thing that's enlightened me when I started studying crypto. Is probably government don't print all the money that's there in the economy. It prints only probably, I may be wrong here, but around 10 to 20% of the total money in the economy. The rest, the major transaction between the banks, central bank, and all of the banks, is just an electronic ledger, uh, records, nothing more. The government don't literally print the money for the remaining 70-80% of the total money that's there in the economy. Government can just say on fine day, right? There is 10 more percent value of money that's there in the market. Again, government plays this with a little bit of interest, keeping the interest rate as well. But let's not, that's probably a separate topic altogether for another day. Yeah. So again, we've identified even in our previous session what's the problem with the centralized institutions, like the way it is now, and that's one of the reasons decentralized digital tokens, which is cryptocurrencies, um, the reason for its birth, right? Just to recap, money as such doesn't have any value unless otherwise you assign the value to it. And because of the convenience and transferability, etc., the best thing that happened, I think, in the space of money is the ability to store value and transfer value from one period to another period, from one distance to another distance. That's probably one of the best invention human has did. And we moved from barter to coins to paper currency to fiat currency, then digital currency. Now probably we are moving towards cryptocurrencies. Um, and Probably the next question is then, right? We will be learning about what truly crypto is, where the value is coming from. On the surface level, we looked at it, it's decentralized, and there's no central institution. It's the people who control. It's a limited supply um, in size, and a lot of other benefit compared to the current system. But let's also try to understand, is crypto the future, right? In order to do that, let's reflect a little back. Crypto probably started in 2010-ish, and it's close to around 15 years. Is it taking over money? Probably not yet, but it's reshaping, right? If you look at the recent developments in some of the countries, um, US government started buying more cryptocurrencies, especially Bitcoin, and El Salvador considered it as a legal currency. There is considerable level of reliance made on crypto, but will that going to replace the current fiat currency? Yeah, that's something we need to evaluate as we try to decode the Bitcoin. Um, and if you just look at, right, from 2010 it started, probably from 2013 it started coming up in the exchanges slowly over a bit of time. it started gaining its value. And as of today, we stand around 3.5 trillion of total market capitalization of crypto. Among this, close to 60% of it is in Bitcoin, right? The 40% is in other coins. Bitcoin is like a gold, it's store of value. It has no, utility other than storing value. But we'll also try to understand the different types of cryptocurrencies out there and what is the value it brings. And as we are trying to answer the question of whether crypto is the future, is it going to replace the currency that we have as of today? Let's look at some of the characteristics of the important value exchange that's out there. Fiat, fiat or money is the one form of value exchange, and we have gold as a next best alternative than Bitcoin. If you look at the characteristics of what's most usable, what is most reliable, what can really help you to store value, I believe Bitcoin has a lot of such characteristics, right? And looking at that, probably it's going to gain more popularity. It's going to store more value. It will become probably the mode of exchanges in the future days as well. And even governments are coming up with their own method of cryptocurrencies called CBDC, central bank digital currencies, which is a kind of a cryptocurrency. But again, it may not have a lot of true characteristics of crypto because, as we have seen in the previous episode, the true characteristic of a Bitcoin or a cryptocurrency is its decentralization, right? There's no one who's controlling it, but which may not be happening with the central bank digital currencies, though governments are coming up with it. Um, yeah, but let's try to unfold the true value of cryptocurrencies in the coming days and try to find out what what it truly worth and will this hold value in the days to come. Thank you. Please do like, subscribe, share, and comment.